Hello farms, welcome back to our channel. In today's video we are going to share the story of the pregnant virgin, the dilemma of Bola. A call from Auntie Ayegunle. In the quiet village of Ayegunle, a place nestled in the heart of the Yoruba land, the sun rose with a golden glow. It was the morning after a call from Bola's aunt, Ayegunle. She had spoken to Bola's mother, sharing the news that her friend in the city needed someone to help with her children and household chores. Bola was excited about the opportunity. Bola's family was poor, and they could not afford to send her to school. The prospect of continuing her education in the city seemed like a dream come true. Her aunt promised that Bola would be well cared for in the city, and with her mother's blessing, Bola packed her bags. Journey to the city. A few days later, Bola and her aunt embarked on their journey to the bustling city of Lagos. It was Bola's first time leaving the village. The noise and lights overwhelmed her at first, but she soon settled into her new life in the home of her aunt's friend, whom she came to know as Madame Omotola. Bola quickly grew accustomed to city life, serving Madame Omotola and her family. She was treated with kindness and respect, and despite the challenges, Bola was determined to stay for the sake of her education. Challenges and resilience. As Bola worked for Madame Omotola, she faced various challenges, including homesickness and the strain of juggling her duties with her studies. Yet, Bola found the strength to persevere, holding on to the hope of a brighter future. Madame Omotola and her husband were frequent travelers, leaving Bola in charge of the household during their absences. Despite the challenges, Bola cherished the opportunity to attend school and learn. The arrival of Uncle Segun. Years later, as Bola was preparing for her senior school exams, Madame Omotola's brother, Uncle Segun, came to stay with them. He was completing his youth service and needed a place to stay. At first, Uncle Segun's presence seemed harmless. He was polite and seemed helpful around the house. Bola focused on her studies, eager to do well on her exams. An uncomfortable encounter. One evening, Bola was taking a cool shower after a long day. As she stepped out of the bathroom, she was startled to find Uncle Segun sitting on her bed. She was shocked and quickly grabbed a towel to cover herself. When Bola asked him what he was doing in her room, he claimed he was looking for the television remote. Despite his explanation, Bola couldn't shake off the uneasy feeling the encounter left her with. Unwanted advances. After the incident, Uncle Segun began making advances toward Bola. He tried to force himself on her one night, but she firmly rejected him. Despite his attempts, Bola held her ground, refusing to engage in any inappropriate behavior. Bola warned Uncle Segun to stay away from her, emphasizing that her education was her top priority and that she had no interest in any romantic entanglements. A change in behavior. A few days later, Uncle Segun approached Bola to apologize for his actions. She accepted his apology but remained cautious around him. To her surprise, he began to change his behavior, helping her with chores and buying her small gifts. One evening, he brought her a fancy bag containing juice and ice cream. He advised her to enjoy the treat before the children woke up and snatched it away. Bola indulged, not suspecting anything unusual. The unexpected sickness. About a month later, Bola began feeling unwell. Madame Omotola took her to the hospital, where she underwent several tests. To Bola's shock, she was confirmed pregnant. Bola was left speechless, struggling to understand how she could be pregnant when she had never been intimate with anyone. The weight of the situation overwhelmed her, accusations and denials. Madame Omotola confronted Bola, demanding to know who was responsible for the pregnancy. Bola, equally baffled, insisted she had never been with any man. Madame Omotola's anger boiled over, and she struck Bola, The doctors and nurses intervened to calm her down. Bola was in distress, unable to comprehend how she had become pregnant. Suspicion cast. The news of Bola's pregnancy spread, and many questioned her about the father's identity. Bola repeatedly insisted she did not know who the father was, as she had not been intimate with any man. The pressure went heavily on Bola, and she confided in Madame Omotola that the only man who had tried to force himself on her was Uncle Segun. However, she had rejected him every time. Uncle Segun's lies. Madame Omotola and her husband confronted Uncle Segun, who denied ever making advances on Bola. Instead, he accused Bola of bringing different men into the house and begged them not to report her behavior. Madame Omotola and her husband were furious with Bola, believing Uncle Segun's lies. They immediately ordered her to pack her things and took her back to her parents' home. Bola's return to Ayegunle. Bola returned home to her parents in Ayegunle, carrying the shame of her pregnancy. Her mother pleaded with Madame Omotola, but she refused to let Bola return, citing Bola's refusal to name the father of the child. Bola's parents were devastated, and Bola faced the wrath of her mother and the scorn of the community. The stigma of shame. Bola's life became a living nightmare. People in the village mocked her and called her names. Some called her Mary II, insinuating that her pregnancy was the work of a spirit. Bola's mother was harsh and unkind to her, using demeaning words and belittling her. Bola sank deeper into despair, unable to understand how her life had taken such a tragic turn. The midwife's help. A friend of Bola's mother intervened, suggesting she take Bola to a local midwife for help. Bola's mother agreed, and the midwife became a source of support for Bola during her pregnancy. The midwife provided Bola with the care and guidance she needed, offering a glimmer of hope amid her suffering. The birth of twin boys. Months passed, and Bola eventually gave birth to twin boys. Despite her earlier despair, the arrival of her children brought her a sense of joy and purpose. Bola's mother, though still wary of her daughter, softened her attitude and began to offer more support. The faces of the twins. As the twins grew, Bola's mother noticed their resemblance to someone familiar. She pointed out the similarity to Bola, asking if she recognized the face of the man who had gotten her pregnant. Bola looked at her sons, feeling a sense of familiarity, but she couldn't remember anyone who resembled them. The village's curiosity. The twins' striking resemblance to a mysterious figure became a topic of conversation in the village. People speculated about the identity of the father, adding to Bola's anxiety. Bola's mother tried to shield her daughter from the village's gossip, offering her words of encouragement and reassurance. Bola's quiet resilience. Bola found strength in her role as a mother, dedicating herself to raising her sons with love and care. She resolved to give them the life she had always dreamed of, despite her circumstances. Bola's resilience in the face of adversity inspired others in the village to offer her support. The mysterious visitors. One hot afternoon, Bola and her mother returned from the farm to find two cars parked outside their home. Bola's twins ran up to them, excitedly, telling them that visitors had been waiting. As Bola and her mother approached, they saw familiar faces: Madame Omotola, her husband, and Uncle Segun, along with other unknown individuals. Bola was taken aback. Uncle Segun's apology. Uncle Segun stepped forward, tears streaming down his face. He knelt before Bola, begging for her forgiveness. He admitted his wrongdoing, confessing that he had drugged her with a sleeping pill in the juice he had given her. He then took advantage of her while she was unconscious. The truth comes out. Uncle Segun revealed that he lied about Bola bringing men into the house to deflect suspicion from himself. He expressed remorse for his actions and the harm he had caused Bola. He confessed that his life had been filled with hardship since then, including the loss of his marriage due to his inability to have children. the community's plea. The visitors and other onlookers pleaded with Bola to forgive Uncle Segun. They believed he was truly remorseful and willing to make amends. Madame Omotola and her husband supported their brother, asking Bola to consider his confession and accept his apology. Bola's dilemma. Bola was torn. She felt anger and sadness for the pain Uncle Segun had caused her, but she also recognized his remorse. The crowd's pleas for forgiveness added to her internal conflict. She needed time to process the situation and decide how to move forward. Seeking counsel. Bola sought counsel from the village elder, Baba Wale, a wise and respected figure in Ayegunle. She shared her story and the recent events with him, hoping for guidance on how to proceed. Baba Wale listened carefully to Bola's tale. He advised her to seek clarity in her heart and consider the well-being of her sons. Forgiveness, he said, would bring her peace, but she needed to make the decision on her own terms. Reflecting on forgiveness. Bola spent the next few days reflecting on the elder's words and the situation she faced. She thought of the shame and suffering she had endured because of Uncle Segun's actions. Despite her anger, Bola also considered the impact forgiveness could have on her life and the lives of her sons. She realized that holding on to bitterness would only hinder her healing and growth. Decision to forgive. After much contemplation, Bola made the decision to forgive Uncle Segun. She recognized that his actions had been driven by his own weaknesses, and she wanted to free herself from the burden of hatred. When Bola informed her mother and the community of her decision, they expressed relief and admiration for her strength. Uncle Segun's redemption. Uncle Segun was overjoyed to hear of Bola's forgiveness. He promised to support her and her sons in any way he could, and he expressed a desire to make amends for his past mistakes. Uncle Segun vowed to provide financial support for the twins' education and future, fulfilling his duty as their biological father. A new chapter for Bola. With Uncle Segun's promise of support, Bola saw an opportunity for a fresh start. She focused on her sons' future, determined to provide them with the best upbringing possible. The community rallied around Bola, offering their support and encouragement. Her journey of forgiveness became an inspiration to many. The return of peace. Bola's decision to forgive Uncle Segun brought a sense of peace to her life. She was able to move forward with hope and optimism, knowing that she had made the right choice. The relationship between Bola and her mother improved, and they began to heal from the wounds of the past. The twins' growth. Bola's sons, now surrounded by a supportive community, grew up to be happy and healthy children. Bola cherished her role as their mother and took pride in their achievements. Uncle Segun's financial contributions allowed the twins to attend school and access opportunities that Bola had once only dreamed of. Rebuilding bonds. Over time, Bola rebuilt her relationship with Madame Omotola and her husband. They expressed their regret for believing Uncle Segun's lies and mistreating her. The couple sought forgiveness from Bola, and she accepted their apologies, eager to move forward and mend their bonds. Sharing her story. As Bola found healing and strength, she decided to share her story with others in the village. She hoped that her journey would inspire others to face their challenges with courage and resilience. Bola's story became a source of hope for many young women in Ayegunle and beyond. Uncle Segun's contribution. True to his word, Uncle Segun continued to provide for Bola's sons and offered his support whenever needed. His efforts to make amends were genuine and heartfelt. Bola observed his transformation and realized that his journey of redemption paralleled her own journey of forgiveness. The village's growth. As the years passed, the village of Ayegunle flourished. The community became more united, and the village elders' wisdom guided them through various challenges. Bola's story of forgiveness and resilience contributed to the village's overall sense of harmony and progress. The twins' achievements. Bola's sons grew into young men, excelling in their studies and pursuits. They honored their mother's sacrifices by making her proud in every way. Bola was grateful for the support her sons received from Uncle Segun and the village, and she was determined to give back to her community. The spirit of resilience. Bola's journey taught her the importance of resilience and perseverance. She shared her experiences with others, emphasizing the power of forgiveness and the strength it brings. Her story inspired many young people to overcome adversity and pursue their dreams, no matter the challenges they faced. Uncle Segun's continued redemption. Uncle Segun's path of redemption continued as he dedicated himself to supporting Bola and her sons. He also worked to make amends in other areas of his life. Over time, he earned the respect and forgiveness of the community, allowing him to find his own sense of peace. Bola's advocacy. Bola became an advocate for women's rights and empowerment in the village. She used her experience to raise awareness about issues such as harassment and the importance of education for girls. Her efforts were met with appreciation and support from the community, and she made a lasting impact on the lives of many young women. Building a legacy. Bola continued her advocacy work, building a legacy of empowerment and resilience for the next generation. She worked with the village elders and community leaders to create programs that supported education and personal growth. Her influence extended beyond Ayegunle, reaching other villages and inspiring change. A new beginning for Bola. Bola's journey of healing and forgiveness allowed her to embrace new beginnings. She found love again and married a kind-hearted man who respected her past and supported her future. Together, they built a life of mutual respect and understanding, creating a stable and loving home for Bola's sons. Honoring the past. As Bola's sons reached adulthood, they honored their mother's sacrifices by giving back to the community. They supported Bola's advocacy work and contributed to the betterment of Ayegunle. Bola's journey of resilience and forgiveness became a cherished story that the community passed down to future generations. Uncle Segun's final redemption. As Uncle Segun aged, he expressed gratitude for the forgiveness and support he had received. He worked to make amends with everyone he had wronged, including his ex-wife. Uncle Segun's transformation served as a lesson in the power of redemption and the importance of facing one's past. The legacy of forgiveness. Bola's legacy of forgiveness and resilience left a lasting impact on the village. Her story was shared and celebrated, serving as a source of inspiration for many. The community's growth and unity were a reflection of Bola's influence and the wisdom she had shared. The twins' journey. Bola's sons established successful careers and families of their own. They carried the lessons they had learned from their mother into their adult lives, fostering resilience and compassion. The twins' achievements were a testament to Bola's dedication to their upbringing and her ability to overcome adversity. Ayegunle's prosperity. The village of Ayegunle continued to prosper, guided by the wisdom of the elders and the resilience of its people. The community flourished, benefiting from the support of its members. Bola's story played a significant role in the village's progress, serving as a reminder of the power of forgiveness and resilience. Passing the torch. As Bola grew older, she passed on her advocacy work to the younger generation. She mentored young women, teaching them the importance of education, empowerment, and resilience. Bola's influence ensured that her legacy would continue for years to come, inspiring future generations to face challenges with courage. A life well lived. Bola reflected on her life with gratitude. She was proud of the journey she had taken and the impact she had made on her community. Her ability to forgive and her dedication to her son's well-being had paved the way for a life well lived. The spirit of Bola. Bola's spirit of resilience and forgiveness lived on in the hearts of those she had touched. Her story continued to inspire others to rise above adversity and embrace their potential. Her legacy of strength and compassion remained a guiding light for the community. The cycle of life. Bola's journey came full circle as she looked back on her life with pride and contentment. She had overcome challenges, embraced forgiveness, and built a life of purpose and fulfillment. Her story served as a powerful reminder of the strength of the human spirit and the transformative power of forgiveness. Bola's life was a testament to the resilience of the human heart and the ability to find hope and healing even in the face of great adversity.